Hello, hello. Happy holidays to all y'all. I don't know why I said y'all. We're howdy y'all. We're from Get At Gaming. I tell you what. Um, I'm Alex,
I'm Ben.
and I guess we're gonna keep this opening. I was debating on it, but it's the holidays, so
It is.
we'll leave it here. Yeah, happy holidays all. I don't know when this is necessarily recording in our recording of holiday things, but yeah, we like to do holiday episodes so we can have a break. But you still get content, you know? You still
Yeah.
get plenty of content.
This podcast, this is our fourth year, and we've literally been doing it almost every year. We love doing the podcast, but it's so nice to just take, several weeks off,
Hmm.
but we continue with content, which is even better. So we try to do like interesting things. And I think this year, I think this year is probably the best year we've got things planned.
I think so, assuming things line up properly and they work.
And they work.
Otherwise, we're complete liars, and this is the
Yeah.
worst year ever. Um, but yeah, in case you don't know who we are, and this is your first time listening, hello, hello. We're Get At Gaming, Get At Gaming Plus. You can find us on YouTube at Get At Gaming on there. YouTube.com/Get At Gaming. You can also find us on all the social medias, and we're also a podcast. We are on um, honestly like all the podcast
Yeah, we're
services.
literally everywhere.
Yeah, if you find us not on something and you really want us there, let us know. We'll try to make it work. If you want us to be on like some random thing, like I thought of Podbean, but like you know what, we're probably on Podbean. I think we are
We Well, there's a couple that I've noticed that are no longer happening. I
existing.
think it's yeah, you're right. I mean, we're on Amazon, we're on Google, we're on Apple. Uh, we are officially on iHeartRadio and Pandora. You can
Yeah,
just stream us.
yeah. We're also on our main place, Spotify. So if you go follow us on there, we can see those numbers go up. And then we also sometimes we have like interactive things on the Spotify thing. So if you want to answer some polls or write what you like about the episode or whatever, we appreciate it. I just realized I didn't really talk about what we talk about. So yeah, this is a podcast where we talk about anything we want to talk about, whether that is just things that we like, video games, obviously, Get At Gaming. But we also talk about movies and TV shows and anime, cartoons, everything that we like and enjoy. And yeah, we do this bi-weekly generally. So sometimes that changes depending on the holiday season. But today we're gonna talk about RPGs, video games, role-playing games. We pulled up a list from tiermaker.com. Um, and this list is called Top RPG Video Games Ever tier list. So if your favorite RPG isn't here, that's why it's the list. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot on here that I'm not seeing, but I think this will make for some interesting conversations.
It's also weird because like some of these is like, is this an RPG? Is this an
Yeah,
RPG?
I mean, there's some ones on here that I'm like, that's kind of iffy.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start and get at this. So our rankings are S tier as the highest, A, B, D, and never played. Um, and here's our list of games that we can go off of. I'm gonna try to read them. As let's see. Yeah, I'll try to read them here really quick for the audio listeners. Because there's a lot here, and if I can't tell what they are, then sorry, and then you can yell at us in the YouTube comments because you can actually see the pictures and be like, hey, no, this is actually this obscure game. It's really well known, but it's kind of obscure. I'm like, okay, buddy, it's not that good, I guess. um so we'll go off of the first one. which is just Baldur's Gate. Is that just regular Baldur's Gate, or is that Baldur's Gate 3?
I think it's 3 because the way the picture looks, it's got like the 3 things in the bottom there. Um,
This
I
must
mean,
mean it's a pretty new list then.
I have never played a Baldur's Gate game. I'll be completely upfront. I've played a lot of RPGs. I have never played that one specifically.
I have not either, and 3 is the newest one that just came out.
Yeah, I do want to play that one though, just for like how crazy everything seems to be about it. And it got a really good review from IGN. So, um, which kind of shocked me because if I remember what I read, it got a 10, which is not something IGN gives out very often.
So this is Baldur's Gate 3. I looked it up on my phone.
Okay.
So unfortunately, this game just came out and it's doing amazing. It probably is an S tier. Hey, guess what? We never played it, so I'm just gonna put it there right now. You know what? Yeah, let's just go through them in order, and so then I don't have to read everything twice. So we'll just go in order here. The next one is Persona 3. Now this is the original Persona 3. I don't think they have. That's weird.
Yeah, this list is really weird. I feel like there's a whole bunch that's not on here, but we're gonna run with it. It's the holidays.
Okay, so I don't know if they just like that picture better or whatever. I'm gonna run this as Persona 3 Fez. Because it's not portable. It clearly isn't, because it doesn't
Right.
have like the female protagonist. But like the other two Personas that are in here are like the sequel version, or like the definitive versions.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just gonna run off of this as a the definitive version. So you've never played Persona 3.
No, my Persona life started with Golden. Is my first because I had a Vita, and when I bought it, I'm like, hey, I really want a good game to play, and they were like, here, play this. This is great, and so I bought it. So I never played this one, so this one's all you. So my guess
Do you
is,
trust me?
I'm guessing it's going to be an A or B. It's not going to be S. I've heard you talk about it before. I don't think it's an S rank, but it's hard for me to say.
This remake though can make it an S rank.
Right.
That's the thing though, because like Persona 3 is an excellent game and everything. It just suffers from old game-itis for some things.
Yeah.
Mostly is you can't control your party members, so you can only just control yourself. So then you just see Mitsuru, the female with like the long sword. You see her just casting like the wrong spell or just messing up all the time because the AI isn't great. So you just really have to like rely on yourself. So yeah, that is a thing. But yeah, overall the story is excellent. I have the anime behind me. Audio listeners, I have Trinity Soul. I've never watched it, but I have it back there. It's really rare. I've never seen on eBay before. I've never seen both of them on eBay before. Maybe they're there now. And I also have the movies, and the honestly, like, Ben, like, Persona 3 is excellent. It's one of the greatest things. Like the story is like one of the greatest stories in my opinion. I think it's really really excellent. If they weren't making a remake of it, I would just let you borrow my movies. Like I think they're worth watching, but because they're making a remake of the game, I think you should play the game. So
yeah, and I wish, and I know that they, with the remake when it comes out, that's the one I will probably play. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna play Fez, like this definitive version, probably sometime this year before that, if I have time. Too much time, not enough time, I mean. Okay. So the next one on the list. It's Final Fantasy 6. We all do you agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that I mean the first time I played it, I was like blown away. And my first my first real like full playthrough was 10. That's the first time I've ever played through a full Final Fantasy. But I remember going to a friend's house and mostly watching him play it. I mean, definitely S rank. There's a couple on here we should have some pretty good conversations that I think are S rank, and
Mhm.
you're gonna be like, no. But definitely that one's an S rank.
You know what's weird? I'm looking at this list. There's no other Final Fantasies.
No, there's 0 on here.
I thought we'd have a 7 versus 6 argument or something, huh?
You know what? There's a lot of on here that's probably gonna get like the lowest level.
Dark Souls.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's
No. And I'm probably gonna make some people mad. I don't like Assassin's
well.
Creed. I
Not
think
only
it's
that, Assassin's Creed isn't an RPG. I mean, it is. The
nope.
newer ones are, I guess, technically. But anyway, you know what else isn't an RPG? Bloodborne. Why is Bloodborne here?
I don't know. That's weird. You know what's funny? That is the one I've actually played. I would say
You know,
this list is weird.
I also just realized there's no
There's no C.
yeah, there is no C.
We're gonna put a C in there. Hey, this
Yeah.
is what happens when you do this.
Yeah, you know it. So let's see here. No pun intended. See. Let's see. So, what do you want to do with Bloodborne?
I mean, it's not really. It's got RPG elements, but it's not a true RPG.
Here's what we're doing.
We're just gonna add one that says like not really RPG. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, we have a new one that's called not RPG because I don't trust these people. So
no.
For audio listeners, SABCD, not RPG, never played. Those are the rankings.
Well, you could just throw Bloodborne in there. I don't feel like it is an RPG, which is funny because if I'm looking at this correctly, Elden Ring is on there. And while you're at it, take out the Assassin's Creed because I'll probably say something that will upset some fans that love it. They're not a true RPG.
I don't know where. So yeah, this is the problem, like where you run into, like, just certain things, like these lists, unfortunately, because you're grabbing lists and they aren't really correct.
You can't touch that one because that one is still technically.
I know, but then technically Demon Souls and Dark Souls is too. I don't know. It's like there's a weird thing to that. I feel like Demon Souls and stuff is less of an RPG. Let's see where.
I know you want to touch Skyrim, but that is totally an RPG.
I'm putting Sekiro there too. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff really quick. Oh,
Yeah,
Valhalla. There it is.
I mean, a lot of this that was on here, we were looking at different lists to do, and we were like, "Oh, this one's perfect because it's RPG," and we were like, "Yeah, sure, this should work, right?" But then as we started looking at the list, we're like, "That's not really an RPG. Yeah, it's not really a true." But there are ones on here that aren't true RPGs, so it definitely happens. But
okay.
So we can go from there though. And
yeah, let's start for now. So Path of Exile. I've never played this. Have you?
Nope, never. This list is so odd. So
okay. Odd. I feel bad now. I hate this list. Now, why did we choose this? Oh well, Xenogears. I've never played this. I want to.
I did. I would say it's definitely a C rank, and this is my reason why. So it's got a great story.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a fun RPG. And anything to do with giant mechs makes it feel very Gundamish. But it definitely was like a long game, which I don't have a problem with, but sometimes parts would just draw out. So, but yes, I would definitely think that's a C level game.
I own this game, and I almost bought the guide at a local store. But that guide has water damage, and they're trying to sell it for like $80. I'm like, no, sorry, I'm not buying that. Tales of Vesperia. I actually have not played this Tales game. This is the one Tales game like I haven't played.
I mean, I bought it digitally. I mean, I don't know how many years ago.
Okay,
but I've never played it.
Answers that. The World Ends With You. I'm going off of the DS. Although I don't know, have you played like the Switch version or like the iOS or DS?
Uh, No, so here's the funny thing. It's on PlayStation Plus. Okay. It's on their tier program.
That's the different game. That's
Okay.
Neo. That's Neo. The World Ends with You.
Okay, yeah. So I've never played this one at all.
Okay.
The only one that I have that I downloaded that I've not done anything with is the PlayStation 4 version.
Okay.
Which is so
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have that game. I used to stream that game. I never beat it. It's a sequel to this. Okay. The World Ends with You is a weird game. See, because like my heart says B, but the soundtrack says A. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
it's somewhere.
you got to go with your gut
I gotta open up my senses.
because there's games in here that I'm looking at now that once I call these out in my level, you're gonna be like, hold up a second, I don't agree with you on that. And this is why. So this is me giving you a mulligan. Not a mulligan. This is me giving you like a freebie.
So here's the thing: we can always move these afterwards.
Okay.
So I think we should be able, like, I've been streaming these twitch.tv/cheetar02, and you can I like go over. I'm like, let's just say like I'm like this. I'm like, okay, cool. I put World Ends with You here, and then I put Persona 3 and A tier. I'm like, World Ends with You isn't really as good as Persona 3, so it's gonna go in B tier. I just convinced myself just now. Like that was an example, but I actually just convinced myself. So yeah, the Ones with You is going to B, and unless I move Persona 3 to S tier, which could happen.
I mean, it could. It could.
Golden Sun.
Okay, so you may not agree with me on this one, but I want to put it. I want to put it as an A.
A.
Now,
I
here's
thought you
my
were
reason.
gonna be low.
No, my reason is because it did a bunch of things that no one had done yet. Okay, and it's one of the games. Now, I didn't own the cart per se.
I have it,
but I did play this game. So no judging for emulation.
I play a lot. Golden, is that? No, it's not out yet. It's gonna be on the Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, and I'll play it there. I played an emulated version of it, but I from what I had of it, I really liked it.
I played it a lot as a child, as a wee lad, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's Camelot, which is interesting. It has some weird like pixelated 3D graphics for the battles. Reminds me a lot of Dragon Quest battles actually, and Wild Arms, oddly enough.
Yeah.
It reminds me of both of those with the art style and just like the way that things move. But then it also gives me Final Fantasy vibes, like going to different like palaces and like things like that. Yeah, I think A is a good thing for it. I have the sequel too. Actually, I have both sequels. I have the DS game, and then I have the second Golden Sun game that I bought like I think it was last year. I bought it for like $40 or something because I was like, yeah.
Besides gameplay being good, the story was good, and I think that's why it deserves. I don't think it's quite there at the S.
Yeah,
but I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, I agree, and it's like one of those few series like where when it has sequels, like they actually progress the story or like it's about their children or something, and like that's cool in my book. So I think it's awesome. All right, Chrono Trigger.
That's a difficult one.
All right.
How do I know you're gonna put it in S? I mean,
I beat this game finally for the first time this year, I think.
Where you guys were, I know you and
I used to make fun of it all the time.
You watching you play it and watching, one of our favorite streamers play it as well. When she would play it, and they were stuck on that very last parts of it.
Oh, that final boss. Yeah.
That I never got past that, but I did get to that.
Yeah.
And I think it was the one game that probably constantly was in my Super Nintendo. I mean, it was like all the time. I would switch out and sometimes play Super Mario or Metroid, but that would always go back in there. So
yeah, I think it's excellent. I think the soundtrack alone puts it up in S.
Soundtrack, story, gameplay. I mean, you just can't beat it. It's a classic.
Speaking of this isn't kind of is a classic. Dragon Quest VIII. I feel like people really only play Dragon Quest VIII because it had that demo for what was it, 12? Final Fantasy 12.
Was it? Yeah, was 12.
Yeah.
I thought it was 10, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think
because
there
10
was
was
another.
already out.
Yeah. Um, it was okay. I would say I'm gonna say C, and I'm
That's what
probably
I
gonna
was
get hate.
thinking. No, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, it's not as my one said my one said son says all the time. It's not my favorite.
Hmm.
It really isn't of the Dragon Quest series, but I still think it's a pretty decent one. There's another Dragon Quest game on here that I probably would say is my favorite.
Yeah.
But this one was like it was okay. It's
Mhm.
not awful.
Yeah.
Um, it's not like you're getting a root canal, but it
Yeah.
was okay. But you're
Speak,
right,
speaking of not awful things, Nino Kuni.
dude. That's S.
That's S?
I'm telling you, it is S.
That's
Here,
S?
I'm telling you. First off, look who did all the artwork. Number one,
Studio Ghibli.
yes, that's number one. Number two, awesome story. I think a
Level
good
5.
percentage of people that watched it cried. The gameplay was awesome. It was something different that you hadn't seen. It felt very because at first it was like, oh, it's like Pokemon, right? Because you're controlling this thing, but it wasn't because you could switch out to different characters. Uh, one of the better stories written, most colorful game. I think best graphics, really good gameplay.
Did you beat it?
I did twice.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I didn't beat it. I own 2 copies of this game. I have not beaten this game.
I mean,
I own the guide because it was it came with a familiar, like for the PS3. Like
yeah.
the guide had like a special like golden familiar dude. And so I have the PS3 strategy guide behind me. I even have that little booklet thing. The his spell book for the DS.
So my son has the collector's edition steelbook of it.
Oh, of the PS3?
Yep.
Yeah, I have the steelbook as well. Yeah.
We bought it. I think I remember sending you a picture of like we were at Disc Replay when we bought it, and I was like, "Hey, check this out." And my son, I sent it to him too. He goes, "Buy it." I mean, I think if there's going to be some S ones on here. I think that is worthy of the S.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I think it's somewhere in between. So yeah, sure. I'm gonna put more things in S anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, I could probably call which ones are going to be S, but we'll go through the list.
I don't know
We'll
what I don't know what Fire Emblem this is.
That's a D.
Is it a D or is it never played?
Okay, so I've never the only one I've played is the one that's now on a Game Boy Advance. So the Game Boy
Okay,
Advance
well, it's
one is
not
the last
these.
one I played.
It's
Yeah.
not these then. I have played this one. Hey, guess what? That's a D.
See, I never even played it, and I could call it was a D. Don't hate us. This is just our personal.
No, this is fact. This is fact. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is one of the worst games of all time. It is poopy.
Do you remember when they were doing like the buy two get something free or whatever? And I bought it, and I sent you a picture. I'm like, "Hey, go to my bought," and you're like, "Oh, that game's trash."
That game makes me motion sick.
Yeah,
I streamed it once.
I remember you did. Yeah,
that was the second stream, second biggest type game. Wait, let me rephrase that. There are 2 games that I had a lot of viewers from. One was Mario Maker 2, because that's just how I made myself be a streamer, and that's how I got like affiliate and all that. The other one was Fire Emblem that I streamed once, and I got a ton of people for that stream. I never streamed Fire Emblem again because it made me sick. It made me motion sick.
You know, if you streamed like Halo and I played with you, you'd probably get a lot more.
No, because no one watches Halo.
I watched 2 people that play Halo. And you know what? They never have once, no matter how many times I've subscribed in their chat, I never get invited to any of their stuff. It's bull. Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna segue into this. I'm just gonna grab You're a Nobody. Get it? Haha, Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't think it's S.
I definitely think it's like the best one.
Okay, it's not. But
is this the final mix version, or is this like
this is just 2. However, I'm gonna count it as Final Mix because, like, why not? This is our list. Um, okay. If we have Ni no Kuni up here in S tier for some weird reason, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 goes in S tier.
I mean, Tron's in it. I mean,
Goofy Goofy dies. Spoiler.
yeah. I mean, that's how I base my
Goofy.
games. Is like, is Tron in it? Because if he is, then that's one I want.
And then he's like, no, it can't be. They'll pay for this. And he like rips off of the cloak, and then Mickey's going all ham on all these Heartless, and you do the 1,000 Heartless battle.
I remember that. That was insane.
I love that game. I just like Kingdom Hearts, man. Kingdom Hearts is great. Dragon Age 2. I've never played it.
I don't have a lot of time. It's definitely like a C. It's not awful.
People like this game though. Dragon Age Origins.
See,
I've never played it.
that one. I've only played 2.
Okay.
So, and 2 was good. It wasn't great. I had some good time with it. I had like about 10 hours in it. It's not a 10-hour game, but I had 10 hours in it.
You know what's weird? So, there's only Mass Effect 3 here.
No, 2's in there.
No? Oh, it's down there. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna put these 2 together.
That's gonna be an interesting topic, just so you know.
So, all right. You know what? We're gonna grab 2 first. It's not RPG. No. Mass Effect 2 and 3 are technically RPGs.
I think 2 is either A or B. Out of the entire series, that is one of the best ones. I love 3, but 3 was more. It felt more first-person shooter.
Exactly. So should 3 go into not RPG?
I think it should, because there was RPG elements, but 2 was the best. I mean, 2 is the best in my opinion, and I finished 2.
I finished 2. I played the Shadow Broker DLC, and I did all that kind of stuff. I played 1 and 2. I've never played 3.
I've never finished 1 because I kept getting.
It's boring.
When I got the
Legendary
PS3, yeah, when they got that, I got that for Christmas, and I started playing 1 first, and it kept locking up, and then I would get stuck somewhere, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Went straight to 2. Now I have been playing 2 on my PC here, and I'm trying to make it so when I go to 3, I have all the characters I want going into 3.
I'm sorry, but Garrus is gonna die.
It depends what you do. It really, because I and the first time I played 2, Garrus went over. I lost 2 people, and I lost my Krogan, which was.
I was so mad the first time. I guess only time I played 2. Maybe that's why I never played 3. Everyone died, or everyone lived except Garrus. And really? I was like, I wanted you to live. You were the only one I cared about.
He and I will tell you, going into 3, if you get him to live, right, he is super powerful, and he is definitely one you want. So,
all right, Nier Automata.
Never played it.
I never beat it. I got kind of bored with it, to be honest. I think it's a good game.
I mean, I don't think you need to finish the game, because I've played.
Yeah.
I've got several hours into 3.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3, but you know.
Yeah. Wait, so we agree though, like 3 is in C and 2 is in B for Mass Effect?
Yeah, I feel later we should, once we go through some of this, I feel like Mass Effect 2 might move up to A, but I think Mass Effect 3 is in the right spot.
Okay. Nier Automata, atmosphere, music, gameplay. I think it's an excellent game. I just fell off of it like 3 times, unfortunately. I should get the Yohara like game of the year or whatever.
Yeah,
I should get that version. I wonder if it has any PS5 updated things to it. I know there's not a PS5 version, but it'd be cool if there was something like that. But I'm not sure. Let's see. It's weird. Okay, there we go. I was wondering like where my brightness went down. I thought my camera was dying. I was like, oh no, I'm scared. That camera better not die. Okay, Legend of Dragoon. I never played this game. I own it.
I don't have a lot. I don't have enough time in it to say yes.
Is this Legend of Dragoon?
Yes, that one is.
Okay. All right.
Now, if you talk to one of my good friends, that's like his favorite game of all time. Me, I know I tried to play it on my PSP maybe at one point. Couldn't get into it. So, I don't have enough time in it to give a good enough answer.
Fallout 3.
Man, that's got to be an A.
An A.
I don't. If you wouldn't count all those horrible glitches, right? I bought that when it came out, and then as it went on, I bought all the DLC, and I loved that game. I think by the end of the game, I was like had a really nice power suit, and it was great.
Okay, but hear me out. These two games are not equal to each other, though.
No.
So would it be like this? Because I don't think this is an S.
Oh, it's not an S. It's not an S. The only time that I have playing Fallout New Vegas, I had a great time until I went to the end because I was dumb enough to put that hat on. And so like I got to the end of the game and then I couldn't do anything. It wouldn't finish the game for me.
Yeah.
So I think in my personal opinion, I have it switched. And now you can
I can respect that.
Yeah. And I think that was the only thing because you put so many hours in these games, right? And then have such a stupid glitch. That's the dumbest glitch ever. Oh, you put a hat on, so now it won't work.
I love it when you just fall into the hills and then you just can't do anything.
That happened in I think 3. I fell and I was in the water somewhere and I just kept falling and I couldn't.
I loved it where it happened to a death claw or whatever. They fell into the ground and they couldn't attack me, but I could attack them. So I was just like hitting them with like a stick or whatever, just like hitting them.
Oh yeah,
with like the weakest thing just to get them dead without wasting any ammo. And then all their stuff, all the like the loot and stuff fell upwards, so I was able to like grab all their stuff, thankfully.
3, I befriended the mutant, and there was another person I friended. So when I got to the very end of the game, they were with me the whole game.
Oh, nice.
It was crazy that I was able to keep them alive.
Where do you think Diablo 3 goes?
I got about like 8-9 hours into it.
I did not.
It's not my thing. I mean, it was okay. I think I played it. I never played it on the PC. I played.
But does it run okay?
I mean, it ran okay. I don't think it was like it didn't blow my mind.
Okay.
Of like,
so C.
Yeah, I would say C is fine.
Okay. Because like D tier is for bad games all around. Fire Emblem 3 Houses tier.
Yes.
Don't say that. You're gonna get. Okay. I've never played Chrono Cross. I own it now. I never played Chrono Cross.
I've never played it.
Okay.
I know you're going through like the list in order. Before we get too far, you should just grab the one that you're real close to right there. No, not that one.
Oh.
That one's trash.
Is it?
No, right below it. You might as well grab that.
You don't know where I'm gonna put this though.
I think you're gonna put it at an A or an S. I don't think you'll put it under those. It's not Mother 3, but I think it's definitely.
Yeah, where is Mother 3? All right, I moved Earthbound to A. For now, we'll see.
We can go back through the list, but I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be A or S.
Yeah, I saw Cyberpunk, so I thought we were gonna put it in like D.
I mean, Cyberpunk's going into D.
So I want to know what this is.
Obviously, looking at the art, it's a Dragon Quest.
Yes.
But which one is it? It looks like Builders. Is it Builders?
No, it's not Builders. Dragon Quest.
As I drink my Capri Sun on camera.
This is not 6. Is it 7?
A lot of these don't have any tags on them or names. It's
this
just
is
like
7. It's 7.
I've never played 7.
I never have either, actually. That's the one That's only on 3DS and PlayStation. So
Okay,
yeah.
look at that.
I also don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. I think it's
Uh,
like I think we got it free on PlayStation Plus, but it's okay.
Probably. All right, Ryoga Gotoku, Like a Dragon.
I just re-downloaded it for my PC. I really liked it from what I played of it. I was gonna say B. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely not S.
It's
But
not
it's
Persona
like
3 tier.
yeah. I mean, I thought it was a good game though.
Okay. I'm just double checking there aren't more Dragon's Dogma. I'm just making sure that's just the only one. It is, okay. Dragon's Dogma.
I mean, I don't have enough time into it to give a good
Yeah,
Yeah.
from this is actually Dark and Risen. That's like the regular game that comes with the DLC.
Okay.
I think it's a solid C. It might be a little bit more, but it's been such a long time. I don't know where I'd put it.
I'm gonna let you have that.
I don't know what this is. Was this Darkest Dungeon? I've never played that.
Never played it.
And
That's
then
why this list is so weird. I figured there'd be
yeah,
a whole bunch of Zelda on here.
nah, well, Zelda's not RPG, and yet we have all these Deep Dark Souls and stuff. New World, I've not played.
I don't think anyone's really played.
Dragon
Maybe
Age
Amazon.
Inquisition.
I have played it.
I have not.
It's the first game where you can make a lot of decisions, including like, who you're with.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got with some sort of elf and got some weird disease. So, lesson learned, people. Lesson learned.
Do you think it's on? Do you think it's on par with 2? Do you think it's better than 2? Do you think it's less than 2? Do you think it's in the D tier?
I don't think it's a D. I think C is a perfect spot for it.
Okay.
It was just more of like some of the same. The story was great, different story. So, yeah. Okay, so that one there is probably one of my favorite Dragon Quest games. I have the most hours in it. Loved it. So where you're putting it an A, I would totally call that an A.
I haven't played enough of this game to say anything, so it's so if you want an A, we'll put it an A.
Definitely an A.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't think it's an S? Okay.
It's rough. Skyrim's definitely not an S. But for music wise, it had really great music.
All right, where you want it? It's not going in D, but like where are you?
I think it's a C.
You think it's C? Yeah.
I mean, Spencer loved the game, and he has like ungodly amounts of hours.
Right.
And like the other ones, I played Oblivion. Oblivion's literally like a D to me.
Really?
I just didn't get into it.
All right, that's fair.
This is the holidays where you're supposed to be nicer. Don't be hating on me.
Yeah, don't be hating on us. Yeah.
This is just us.
I remember enjoying Morrowind.
I never played it, so if you had a good memory of it, I mean, you could put it where.
Because I've only played a little bit of Oblivion. I played most of Skyrim, and I played Morrowind because that was original Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't own an original Xbox, but I played at a friend's house a lot. So I would say that. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab this one, Fallout 4.
I did not like
where. Okay.
I don't think it's a D, but it's definitely not.
I was checking to see where our Fallouts were.
I definitely don't think it needs to be I think you have it in the right spot as a C.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it very much. It was more Fallout, but for some reason I could not grasp the story like I could in 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
I have not played Disco Elysium.
Nope.
I have not played Divinity 2.
That is the same for me. I never played it.
I've not played Baldur's Gate 2.
Nope.
I have not. Let's just go into these. Diablo 2. Have you played Diablo 2?
No.
I haven't.
The other one is the first one I've ever played.
Okay. Have you played Outer Wilds? Or Outer Worlds, I mean.
Yeah, actually I did. I thought I had a good time with it. It seemed very it seemed like
Obsidian was the
Yeah, So it just seemed like it was kind of cool. So like lots of different guns and different planets. I had a good time with it. It seemed very Fallout-ish.
Yeah, because it's the group who did New Vegas.
Yeah, you could tell.
So,
You could tell it totally felt that way.
do you think
I
it's
even
on par with New Vegas, or you think it's below?
I thought it was on par with New Vegas. I had about 15 hours into it,
Okay.
and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It had more comedy than some of the others.
Okay. But here's the thing, though. Do you think it deserves to be in B tier with things like Mass Effect 2 and Like a Dragon?
I think so.
Okay.
I
Just
think
making
it's
sure.
earned its spot there.
All
I
right.
really do. I think it was really good. I
All right.
think this was also a time where there was so many games out that it was hard just doing like one game, you know? See, that was gonna be a tricky one. Okay, yeah. You know, funny story about Undertale,
I
we
love
were
this game.
just put in this S tier. I had no idea the whole goal of the game is not to kill anything.
Well, that's the point. You're not supposed to know your first playthrough.
I mean, I killed everything.
You're supposed to play that game. I've done a complete pacifist run, so I've killed nothing and did the true ending, and then I have done the genocide route where I have killed everything, and then you have to like fight him and do all that stuff. It's super hard. It was fun.
Yeah, I think I remember even the fights with his brother. I didn't kill his brother. And so I killed some things, but just not his brother. So
Okay.
I think it's a classic. I think it goes to show that you can have like a very simple, you know, idea for a game and it still turn out so good.
I think it's funny how like Earthbound is on A tier, but then the thing that was inspired by Earthbound is an S tier. It's funny. It's fun
I
for me.
mean, I feel like Earthbound is going to get a move to S. It could be just me just
We'll see.
thinking.
We'll see. We'll see. Elden Ring. I have not played it still.
I didn't play a lot of it. My son really played into it. I think he's on the last couple bosses.
I think out of all of like these Souls like games, I think Elden Ring is the most RPG. So I think it deserves to be up here somewhere.
I think it should be a C. I mean,
Okay.
when
Trust
I
you.
will say this, when they won Game of the Year, it was well deserved. They did an RPG without a bunch of fluff, without a bunch of loot boxes, without you having to buy a bunch of stuff, and they proved a point that you can still make a really good long game without all that extra. So
I just ran into a couple other things here. Have you ever played Pillars of Eternity?
I certainly did not.
Okay, neither did I. Have you played Neverwinter Nights or Neverwinter
Nope.
or whatever this is? Okay, no. Okay. Horizon, really? Okay.
I know that was weird too, but
Persona 5 Royal.
I'm gonna say A. And here's my thing for A. I know you're not gonna agree with me unless
I've never played Royal. Or I've never finished Royal, I should say that. So
I never finished it either.
I've only finished a vanilla original version.
I finished neither, but what I did play of it, I really did like. For me now, I think it's so difficult because it's so difficult to get a long game and be able to go and play that game. And it's a longer game, and it's difficult at times. But I still thought it was good enough to be an A tier.
I don't know if it's the same as this though. That's the thing.
I mean,
we might move Persona 3 up. We'll see. Horizon Zero Dawn. I never beat this game because Zelda came out.
Did either. Well, I just didn't do it because I just didn't get into it.
Also,
I personally
not an RPG.
No, definitely not.
Okay, sorry. You can continue.
No, I just didn't get into it.
Yeah, neither did I.
I have both versions. I have that one and I have the second one, right? I think I got like 3 hours in the second one. I'm like,
Monster Hunter World.
I got about like 3 hours into it. It was okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's D territory.
I don't think it's D territory. I mean, it is pretty fun doing some of the big missions.
For sure. I'm just kind of skating around some things right now. World of Warcraft. I've never really played it. I played a tiny bit.
I played a tiny bit, and the only reason I played it, don't laugh, but the only reason I even started playing
South Park.
Nope, Leroy Jenkins.
Okay.
Not even kidding. I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. Exactly. But then I played it because remember when they used to do like where you can get to like
Yeah,
level 30 for free or whatever, or something along those lines. I think that's when I played it, and I got
it's
bored really
weird.
quick.
It's weird that Final Fantasy 14 isn't in here then if they have stupid World of Warcraft in here. I'm gonna put World of Warcraft in never played because I don't think we've each played
I don't
enough
think
of it.
I don't think we have enough of it in our system to be able to say
All right.
yes. You know,
Cyberpunk, we're putting it in D
you
because
know,
that's where you want it, and I've never played
I
it.
think I know they've done some improvements
It
to
might be
it,
better now. Yeah, who
but
knows?
you know what? I don't think it grasped what it had before it came out. I don't think it will ever be that level. And like, I never went back to it because even when they fixed it, I tried going back and I didn't like it. Just still didn't work. And so I know it's fixed now. This ought to be interesting. So Persona Gold, I figured you're gonna put it in S. I liked it for what I had to play with it. Um, I I did download it on my PC when it was on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played it yet, but it's it was there. I'd rather play it on my PC or a TV than on a little Vita screen. I will say that.
I have a copy of Persona 3 right here for some reason. It's Japanese. I don't know why that's on my floor. I should clean my room. There he is. Look at him! Look at him!
Hey,
Look at him! Look at him dance.
you Teddy, right?
He's wearing a
Yeah.
Danganronpa tie that I got from a loot crate years ago. They gave you like do you ever play Danganronpa? That's not an RPG. Have you ever played Danganronpa?
You know what's funny? I wanted to play it, and you're like, "Hey, don't play this in front of the kids."
Oh
You
yeah.
were pretty quick to say, "Don't do it." I do want to play it though because it's
Okay.
on Game Pass, or one of them was.
I don't know if they still are, but yeah, you need to play them in order if anything. But one of the main characters, Junko, like she has that tie. So like yeah, for some reason that tie specifically was a loot crate. Remember when that was a
That could
thing?
be that could be why Loot Crate's no longer here. I do miss watching like I used to watch a lot of Boogie 2988,
That's how I
and he
found
used
out
to
about loot crate.
yeah, and he would do the Loot Crates, and he had like he had like 3 of them, right? But he had the top tier in all of them.
Mhm.
I love that. I loved watching him open those.
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I've never played it.
What's that?
Witcher 3.
Um, you're gonna hate me, but it's gonna be an A, and here's why. Um, first off, huge game, great graphics, great story. Um, but I had like 35 hours into it, and I don't even think I touched a lot of that story. Which is funny because I never could watch the show on Netflix. People love it. So, um, I
Okay.
mean, I don't know if they like it now that next season's gonna have the non-Thor brother. So, but I think definitely, and when they came out with the other one that had like all the DLC, I mean, you're looking at hundreds of hours of stuff, like legitimately. So, yeah. So this one's weird, and I have not finished this game, but I'm gonna say S rank for this last one, which is Zelda Breath of the
This
Wild.
isn't the last one, but yeah, we saw one
Okay,
more. You think S rank for this? Oh, sure.
you know why? You know why? I grew up on the very first Zeldas, right? And to see everything Zelda's done to this, and I am gonna go back and finish it. I'm gonna start all over. But watching my son play it though, I'm just like, man, look how this has come. You know? So
This is the real last game.
yeah, I think A or B because I thought the first one I liked it better.
I like the second one better. I
Okay,
like.
so this was Knights of the Old Republic 2. I just thought the first one was better, in my opinion. So A rank seems about right. Are you're thinking of moving Persona 3 up, aren't you?
I am. Not Earthbound. Earthbound can stay in A.
I think it's gonna be one of the two.
Boop. Do you care?
No, because you let me keep Ni no Kuni in the A, and I think
I mean S.
that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at that, we did it.
Any issues or qualms or any questions, comments, concerns about these?
I think we did it pretty accurate for
Okay.
what we. This one was weird. Now, if they had like, if they had NES games mixed in there with that Super Nintendo and 64,
Yeah.
uh, obviously one of the greatest RPGs of all time is Final Fantasy X, and that's not in there. That's
And there's no
crazy
Mother
talk.
3. I mean, that's the greatest RPG of all time.
I know. Um, I thought that was a little crazy. The fact they have the new Baldur's Gate, but then they don't have, you know, some of the others.
Yeah.
I think this list was weird.
This was weird. But
It
I
was.
think we did it okay. It's also kind of weird, like, yeah, the regular World Ends With You here, but like not Neo. I understand that
Right.
Neo didn't like take away the world or anything, but like it's so weird that it's not here. Or Xenogears is here, but no Xenoblade.
Right. I feel like that's like a staple for.
Actually, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. There's like only like 8 Nintendo games. Nine or so Nintendo games. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But anyway, I'm gonna read these off for audio listeners so they can listen. And if we want to move stuff as I say it, we can do so, and then I'll reread the whole list again. See how many times I read the list. S tier, Final Fantasy 6/American 3. I should say that specifically in case you're one of those people who only knows it's Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo. Chrono Trigger. That's a PS1 copy, huh? Ni no Kuni, Kingdom Hearts 2, Undertale, Persona 4 Golden, Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, Persona 3, and I'm saying it's Fez. A tier, Golden Sun, Fallout 3, Earthbound, Dragon Quest 11S Definitive Edition, sure. Persona 5 Royal, Witcher 3. Was that Wild Hunt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. B tier, The World Ends With You, Mass Effect 2, Nier Automata, Yakuza, or Ryoga Gotoku, Like a Dragon. So 7, yeah. Fallout New Vegas, Outer Worlds, and then C tier, Xenogears, Dragon Quest 8, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect 3, Diablo 3, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls 5. Yeah. Morrowind, The Elder Scrolls 3. Fallout 4, Elden Ring, Monster Hunter World, D tier, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4, and Cyberpunk. And then we have this list that's stupid. I don't know. Some of these could technically probably go up there, but I don't care enough. Not RPG. Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Scholars of the Sin Edition or whatever. I don't know what that says. Assassin's Creed Origins, Dark Souls 3. Okay, so I guess that is Dark Souls 2. Demon's Souls, Possessive. I always forget that. Sekiro, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know why that's there. And then never played. Either we never played it or we just don't have enough time, or like we didn't have enough time with it. So Baldur's Gate 3, that's a brand new game. Path of Exile, Tales of Vesperia, some Fire Emblem game, I can't tell. Dragon Age Origins, Legend Dragoon, Chrono Cross, Dragon Warrior, technically for here. 7, Something We Can't Tell, Darkest Dungeon, New World, Disco Elysium, Divinity 2, Original Sin, or whatever that's called. Baldur's Gate 2, Diablo 2, Pillars of Eternity, Neverwinter, and World of Warcraft.
I feel like there's nothing I don't think I really want to move. I mean, the only thing I was only thinking of one particularly of maybe Mass Effect 2 moving up to A tier. But I think B is where it should be. I mean, it's a great game, but I don't feel like moving it up would. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like it is where it's supposed to be. And B's not bad. To be honest, B's pretty good still. I just remember how
I
much
don't
fun
know.
I had with that. But I think
B
beer. I
stands for
think
bed.
B's.
B stands for bed now. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't want to have Like a Dragon and Fallout New Vegas in the bad territory.
S
So
stands for super. A stands for. um. Yeah. So this is our list. If you like our list, cool. If not, what's wrong with you? Um. This is just a fun little thing. Remember, as every YouTuber says, and because um I like how I call ourselves YouTubers. But as every like person on the internet says though, this is our list. If your game didn't make it in the right spot or whatever, sorry, it's our list. Deal with
let us.
it.
They should let us know. I mean, obviously, we've got several
Yeah, let us
forums that
know
communicate.
why we're wrong. Let us know why Fire Emblem is in D tier. Besides that, it's a poopy game. Even Skyrim got above Fire Emblem. Like,
We know your thoughts on Skyrim.
come on,
So
what's wrong with you? Like, really? Like, what is? Come on, how'd you do this? But anyway, um, that was our show. I hope you enjoy our show. Happy holidays again. I don't know when this is airing. This is just airing as one of our holiday things, so no one will yell at us until the holidays. Um, but yeah, if you are enjoying this stuff, this is the first time you've ever seen us. Hello, it's Ben, or you're Ben, I'm Alex,
yeah,
and you're like, yeah, that's right. Wait, let me
today.
check my hand. uh it's like the never mind, I don't want to say that on this there. But yeah, if you've never seen this before, like, go ahead and check out our past episodes, as well as take a look at some of our other episodes, especially right now, like in the holidays. Like, this is when like our premium content generally comes out, really fun stuff where we have guests, or we just do something different. If you want to listen to like news stories, or like just other like sort of like lists and random things, like, you can definitely listen to our regular episodes. But like, yeah, just go ahead and just listen to some of our holiday episodes. Like, even listen like last year's, because like last year's are pretty fun too, and they're pretty timeless for a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been our show. Do you have anything else to say, Ben, to the lovely audience?
Just happy holidays and get at it.
Happy holidays. Get at it.